So you're a weirdo. Now what? I think one of the hardest things to come to terms with is figuring out what makes you strange, what makes you special, and then what to do about it. So if you're an oddball, if you're an outcast, if you're someone that just doesn't quite fit in with the rest of society, my guess is that you weren't normal growing up and you're not normal now. And maybe you spent some time trying to fit in at some point in your development, but you've probably come to terms with the fact that this is who you are now and it's not going to change. The problem with this is that we don't really like weirdos in our society. We're not particularly into anyone that's all that different, whether it's because of your mental health, your appearance, your outlook on the world, how you identify, or the kinds of things that you value. If you stand out, that's not necessarily a great thing. And I think part of the trouble with branching out by yourself and trying to do something on your own is overcoming the shame that we adopt about being different. Let me give you an example. I was diagnosed with bipolar in my second or third year of graduate school. And up to that point, I thought that graduate school was a pretty good option for me. I liked the work, I liked the research that I was doing, I liked the tasks that I had with teaching and coaching, and I enjoyed the topics that I was getting to study. But what became clear to me was that the lifestyle that academia requires of us isn't a great fit for someone that has very special needs in terms of sleeping, energy, exercise, diet intake, and overall lifestyle. I was not a good fit for what an academic life needed from me. And I beat myself up about it. I considered myself a bit of a failure. I thought I was never going to be able to succeed at this job and that the best I would be able to do is maybe squeak by and have half the career that I'd promised myself. And it was a terrible feeling. I really felt as though I'd failed just for being different. And I think that's such a waste. Because here's what changed for me. After trying for a couple of years to fit in, to push my body to do things that weren't good for it, to live a lifestyle that wasn't beneficial to me, I realized that it wasn't making me happy. I didn't care about my work as much. I wasn't as excited about the research topics that I'd come up with to pursue and study and to spend time on. I wasn't engaged with the people that I was working with, my colleagues. And over time, I just didn't really see the point of getting up and getting out to work anymore. Something needed to change. What I realized needed to change was that I needed to get really comfortable with what made me different and make the changes in my lifestyle around that would support me. So as an example, I stopped trying to go to bed at a set time and get up at a set time. I realized that that wasn't going to work for me. And it didn't require me to be at the desk at 9 a.m. to still be a kick-ass researcher and a good academic. I realized that I could talk more about what I was experiencing, share that a little bit with my students, sympathize with other colleagues that were going through other things. I didn't need to be this walled off, iced off professional that was perfect all the time. It was okay to open up and be more clear about what I was experiencing and to support other people in what they were experiencing. I realized that the research topics I cared about needed to be stuff that reflected the life that I was living. There was no point talking about trying to help people live lives and go to work in places when I was realizing that that wasn't a good fit for everybody. So I stopped doing statistics for my research and I started doing interviews and finding ways to capture the unique experiences that people talk about and live every day instead of trying to lump everyone into a single number. Those are some of the changes I made, but it required me to identify what was strange or unique or different about me, and then to work with it, not against it. And that's something I'm really excited about doing with Filthlamb, helping people to identify, be in tune with, and then make the most out of their inner weirdo in whatever part of their lives they feel like they need to do that. That's how you really get to draw from your strengths. Because if you're working against yourself, you're doubling the amount of work that you have to do. It's not productive, it's not healthy, and it doesn't live to a happy life. So you're a weirdo. Now what?